Today I'm talking about using Fitbit style technology and movement sensors to study the underwater behaviour of flatback turtles. And I've actually just incorporated cameras into this technology as well. So we work closely with the tag manufacturers. And so at the front, just behind the turtle's head, is the camera lens. So not only do we have the Fitbit, the movement sensors, we now also have cameras that enable us to see life from the turtle's perspective. So the best part about my job is field work and being outside on the water and working with animals. So this is a flatback turtle that we brought onto the boat. This is the first ever male flatback turtle that was tagged using this technology. The first ever male flatback turtle that was caught after it's left its nesting beach as a hatchling, the first ever male that we have got any data from ever in the whole world. So this turtle is really, really special. So that pink camera, you can see it's being stuck directly onto the turtle's back with suction cups. So it's not hurting the turtle. There's no glue, there's no drilling, just suction cups that sit on, like those things that you put in your shower on the tiles. Yep, so there's the same picture again. You can see the tag just sits on the turtle's back. And we can't glue tags onto flatback turtles because they have a really soft shell, almost like skin. It's a bit slimy, so that would hurt them if we glued. So the turtles, this is minimally invasive. They barely know that they're there. And these tags pop off the turtle after about a day or 2 days. They just pop off like that. Turtle swims away and the tag sits at the surface waiting for us to come and find it. Well, here's some of his diving. So you can see its depth on the y-axis and time along the x-axis. So this is just the turtle diving down to the bottom, up to the surface to take a breath, diving again. You would think that these two dives here look exactly the same. They're very similar depth, very similar duration. So you'd think the turtle is behaving in exactly the same way for those two dives. When we look at the Fitbit data, the movement data, for these dives, we can see that first dive had quite high activity. Now that green line is the turtle's flipper beats, individual flipper beats being picked up by the movement sensors. So that dive's active. That dive, no movement. The turtle's sitting there doing nothing. It's probably having a rest. They dig a little hole in the sediment. They throw the sediment on top of them to hide themselves, and they just sit there for up to 3 hours sometimes doing nothing. So favourite things about my job, definitely working with different people. I work very closely with traditional owners in Roebuck Bay. My project wouldn't be possible without their help, and we share traditional knowledge and scientific knowledge both ways, and they help me catch turtles. I get to work with other species. That's a little rehabilitated loggerhead turtle that we flew up to Exmouth. That's me on a boat with, I think, 19 green turtles. Just off 80 Mile Beach. I get to travel to conferences all over the world to share my research. There's no point doing it if we don't share what we're doing. I still get to help other people with their research projects, so I still get to work with sharks. They're my favourite. I do have some very late nights. In the field, you need to make it happen. You need to get your data. So I might sit up all night modifying equipment to make sure it gets on a turtle the next day. And I work, you know, well after sunset, and it's long days and it's very tiring. And in all honesty, these tags record so much data. I spend a lot of time sitting at my desk analysing data and using my stats and my data science. In fact, most of my days at the moment are like that. So, you know, it's not all jetting around the world and staying on beautiful islands, but that's still really cool. They're just relevant all the way through, you know, so without this technology, we wouldn't even be able to collect this data or ask these questions or begin to even answer them. So I think probably for me, the most important skills are the hard skills in maths and statistics. So these tags, whilst they're super cool, they generate a lot of data, and I have to know how to analyse that data in order to make meaningful results and translate them into conservation and management. Yes, I studied environmental science as my undergrad, even though I'm working as a marine biologist now, because I wanted to keep my options open and open as many doors as possible and have a wide skill set. I would say do as much volunteer work as possible to just gain as many skills as possible, because even if you don't know what you want to do, by trying as many things as possible, you're probably going to find out what you want to do. So yeah, volunteer work and just try everything, and then you'll find out what you love, and if you love it, you'll be good at it. Just go for it. Just, you know, don't let anybody tell you can't do it, and just try everything. And I'm quite often the only woman working on a boat. I might be the only woman in my office doing all of this, and, you know, just go out there and kill it.